With skillful manipulating of the press, they're able to make the victim look like the criminal, and the criminal look like the victim.
Here, we love what's happening. I understand the time.
Melanin harvesting black children so white people can live longer, using gender identity as a mask. August 22, 2016. Actress Charlize Theron appears to believe that her 5-year-old son Jackson is a transgender. Charlize was spotted out publicly with the boy and he was wearing a blonde wig and a dress. Is this some form of white guilt or white savior complex that these CRAKKKAS have, or is there something more diabolical and psychological at play here? Melanin harvesting black children so white people can live longer. Charlize Theron adopted Jackson in 2012. She also adopted a black daughter in 2015. She named her little girl August. Reports say that Jackson, who Charlize Theron adopted from her native country, which is South Africa, really wanted a little sister. Jackson told his mom to make sure she gets him one. Charlize Theron is a South African and American actress and film producer. She has starred in several Hollywood films, such as The Devil's Advocate, 1997. Black Americans raised in predominantly white homes and communities never develop, or are slow to develop, what sociolinguists call alternate registers, specific varieties of informal, formal styles of speech that are racially and ethnically distinct from the white dominant group. Because black adoptees spend a considerable amount of time around whites, they become adroit at understanding and speaking in largely white middle-class ways. These socially white, brown and black people might have all the racial markings of blackness, but they know very little about the black experience, rendering them to some extent as culturally incomplete. Those same children, when interacting with African Americans, are understandably less fluent and conversant in uniquely African American registers and experiences that have sustained the black community for centuries. Melanin, the God particle. 1 gram of melanin equals $362. 1 gram of gold equals $35. 1 gram of silver equals 50 cents. 1 gram of platinum equals $32. 1 gram of palladium equals $26. At $353 a gram, melanin is worth more than silver, platinum, gold, palladium, and coltan. A gram of gold is $53. Melanin is worth $300 a gram more than gold. An ounce of gold is priced at $1,315, while a pound of melanin is worth $160,117.98, and a kilogram of melanin is worth $353,000. 3 kilos of melanin is worth more than $1 million. Succubi are formidable opponents and fearsome creatures, but like all demons or ceciles, they suffer a big weakness, banishment. Because they are not physical beings, physical worlds reject them. They can maintain themselves, but only at the cost of energy and some efforts. Banishing a demon is basically a matter of making it too difficult for them to maintain a physical form, attractive appearance to seduce, manipulate and corrupt mortals, in order to eventually draw their souls to hell when they die. A succubus of that type will usually act as a normal woman to establish herself in a community, seducing her way to a high profile. Little by little her influence will start to be felt in various ways depending on the succubus personality. This can manifest itself in people's inhibitions for sex, lust and desire being lowered and them competing to win the succubus's attention and favors, slowly becoming her slaves. The vampire is said to be an apparition or ghost who has not surrendered its mortal body even after death has befallen it. This translates directly to his lust for immortality. First, like the vampire, white people have serious difficulties dealing with the literal and figurative sun. Coming from the cold northern climate of Europe, whites are not comfortable in hot, tropical areas. What the hell are incubi and succubi? They are incorporeal sexual energy feeders, generally regarded to be a type of incorporeal vampire. In a masculine form, they are called incubi, singular, incubus, and in a feminine form, succubi, singular, succubus. Melanin, the God particle. 1 gram of melanin equals $362. 1 gram of gold equals $35. 1 gram of silver equals 50 cents. 1 gram of platinum equals $32. 1 gram of palladium equals $26 at $353
understand
a gram.
the
Melanin
war that we living in, and not this false ass fucking utopia that everybody want to exist in or create for themselves or fucking hide.
Melanin is worth
Ain't no more hiding.
a gram more than gold.
This shit is right here in front of your face.
Priced at $1,315, while an ounce of melanin is worth $10,262. A pound of melanin is worth $160,117.98, and a kilogram of melanin is worth $353,000. 3 kilos of melanin is worth more than $1 million. As of 20... The more powerful the succubus is and the more adept she is at managing her energy, the longer she will be able to remain on a physical world. There are succubi who have become very good at that exercise, being able to remain virtually indefinitely in a physical world and rarely coming back to hell anymore. The third characteristic is one of contagion. Whosoever Dracula bites eventually becomes a vampire, one of the undead. For all but die from the preying of the undead become themselves undead, and they prey on their kind. Historically, whatever people that have been bitten by the white man's fangs have begun to prey upon themselves or their people. This is why Vietnamese fought Vietnamese, why Koreans fought Koreans, why Mangosuthu Butheleziev and Carter fought Nelson Mandela of the African National Congress. One of them had been bitten by Dracula, and the virus of white supremacy had entered into their blood, causing them to seek Western-style dress, democracy, and Western cultural values. Supreme Court Judge Clarence Thomas, Colin Powell, Ward Connolly, Dr. Condoleezza Rice and many others have all been bitten. Research and associate the bull with white supremacy. In the United States, blacks, Chicanos, and Puerto Ricans have been bitten and have joined the ranks of the undead. They have turned upon themselves. They fight one another, they kill one another, and like Dracula, they suck their brother's blood. They no longer can tolerate the light of truth, they resist knowledge and education. Morality, which the cross represents, has become repulsive to them. The cross, which repels the vampire in Bram Stoker's novel, in reality has no such power. For it is behind this ancient symbol that the vampire of white supremacy takes refuge and breeds. What the hell are incubi and succubi? They are incorporeal sexual energy feeders, generally regarded to be a type of incorporeal vampire. In a masculine form, they are called incubi, singular, incubus, and in a feminine form, succubi, singular, succubus. Melanin does the body good. The Dracula particle is melanin, which is the leftover essence of the dead African gods. The more melanin there is in the skin, the darker it is and the less it ages from sunlight exposure.
This channel is dedicated to bringing truth to power and engaging our enemy with intellectual warfare. The dominant society will never switch up their playbook, so we must make a new one. The war we find ourselves in is a technological war, using technology, propaganda, and psyops to oppress and control you. Black intelligentsia, please share the new black media counter-propaganda arm.
No stopping what can't be stopped. No killing what can't